Hey, welcome back to the channel for some first week action. We've got MU8 versus Hott Fuzz coming in for you. I know the screen looks a little off. We'll get it situated. We'll get it looking proper here, but I did want to make sure we miss as little of the action as possible. Do believe that this is the very first fight in the whole matchup, and I'd like to welcome my co-host, Nerd, who put on a phenomenal show against myself. But today I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't seen it yet. But there's a reason he's one of the highest rated players in the whole VBC. Nerd, thank you so much for being here. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm doing great tonight. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. If you don't mind just kind of talking us through what you're seeing here while I go ahead and get this all set up for us.
Yep, I got you. So we've got some interesting fights here for the first setup. I didn't get a chance to see the drafts, but for the first fights, we've got Hulkling versus Gore. This one can go very well. The main issue is the regen. The main thing with Hulkling versus Gore, sometimes, you know, if you can burst kill Gore very quickly when you're using someone with a big special, you can, you know, kind of avoid a lot of that regen since it's an over time thing instead of an instant thing. So Hulkling has a lot of potential to do this very quickly, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen the matchup before. And Icarus versus Korg, a lot of Icarus's damage is energy damage, so I assume the goal here is to just, you know, let the energy damage take the work, with Korg having negative energy resist. So we get off to a bad start for getting the Incinerate Shrug. That is definitely the risk here, and as you can see, Korg just gets a lot of rock stacks from it, and Hott Fuzz takes the first fight. And yeah, it'll be an interesting next 2 rounds. I'm actually not sure who's going to get placed on defense and attack next. I think we're probably going to see the Jessica and Nick get placed on defense from Bryce's side, and then I would assume Domino getting placed for sure. Yeah, I don't know. This will be an interesting round. This will be an interesting one.
You said Hott Fuzz took this first one. I'm still setting up the scoreboard and things like that.
Yeah, Hott Fuzz took the first fight.
Awesome. I think we've got it all pretty nicely situated there. Thank you, Nerd, for covering that. Obviously, you'll be providing a lot of the analysis for us here. And for anyone just tuning in, make sure you support both these competitors. Hott Fuzz is a relatively new channel. MU8, as you know, one of the highest rated players in the whole VBC. So he is kind of his group. He'll be looking to get off the schneid here, but go ahead and support both these channels. The links are in the description and in the chat. All right, Nerd, I'll kind of turn it right back over to you as I know you're following the action a little closer right now.
Okay, so Hott Fuzz deciding who to pick, going with Titania, which is a really interesting choice, and it actually does make sense with Bryce not having many skill options, maybe trying to bait out that Nick Fury, maybe trying to get out the Spot. Does make sense. Bryce goes for placing Spot, trying to get out the Shang. This is an interesting choice. I think I would just use Shang versus Spot here. This fight can go really, really quick. Hott Fuzz decides to use Domino, plays it safe, doesn't go for the risk, and Bryce decides to use his Nick Fury. This is probably a really bad situation for Bryce to be in now. It's going to be tough with Hott Fuzz not using Shang there. It makes his round 3 hard as well. And, you know, losing Nick Fury means he has to place Jessica round 3, or, you know, maybe I do, but likely going to be, you know, one of those two, which are, you know, not the hardest Shang fights in the world, so this will definitely be an uphill battle for Bryce here. You know, he will probably take the second round, but the third round is going to be very rough. And yeah, we're getting some really bad domino RNG there for Hot Fuzz, as well as the mistake earlier in the fight. So that is probably just going to be Nick taking that Titania down. And yeah,
You have
Hot Fuzz taking down the second fight. I mean, Bryce taking down the second fight. Getting on the board.
So we're 1-1 as we head into the final game of this first set, or first match, game set match. I'm out of practice myself. Nerd, I have a question for you. I feel like this kind of came up in our matchup, if I remember correctly. Is there something about this 3-star domino that would make her more powerful in relation to other 3-stars, of course, than the 6-star domino is in relation to other 6-star dominoes? Or is it just kind of RNG in a very small sample size?
Not really sure. I only just now ranked her, so
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if I can really comment.
Yeah, I'm
I ranked
finding
her,
a lot of
yesterday
success
before our match.
Yeah. And I'm finding a lot of success with my 3-star offensively, even more than I find with the 6. Probably just a small sample size. I think we're going to get to see Viv Vision for the first time. Looks like a defensive pick, though.
Yeah. Viv is a really solid defender. She really punishes you, especially in this meta where the specialists get that fury. It makes it so, the normal danger with Viv is basically, if you make that mistake, eat any of the special hits, you're going to get punished a lot. And this meta just increases the risk there with adding that fury. And then we've got Torch versus Infamous Iron Man. Both of these basically are the same risk. If you eat the special one that are going to be unblockable from both of these champions, you're going to take a lot of damage with that fury. And both of these defenders are probably going to go down decently quickly. I wouldn't expect amazing speeds from either of these, but they're not going to be slow by any means. So yeah, this will be an interesting one.
It looks like Bryce sent Viv to her special 2 to kind of not have to deal with that unblockable, like you were saying. Fuzz is handling it pretty smoothly up there. Here comes a special 1. Misses the dex, doesn't do too much damage, but he's losing that health battle against Bryce there. He being Hot Fuzz. He's won the time, he's losing the health pool battle, so let's see.
Yeah, I think this is going to come down to the wire. I think it's just these last few seconds. And yeah, Bryce takes that.
Wow.
Really well done. That was, not an easy situation to claw out of, and he really pulled it through.
1,500 points separates these two. I think we're in store for a battle here. Make sure you go support both these channels. Hot Fuzz, like I said, I believe is a relatively new channel. I've been introduced to this young man by none other than Bitter Steel himself. He's seeing 9 subscribers. I'd be a very happy camper. We can get that up to 20 today. I know how many people are watching this right now. How many people are going to watch it on the playback? Go check out those links in the description and in the chat. It was pretty cool to see Viv. Hopefully we get to see her offensively too, because that's obviously she's a bit of a dual threat, but offense is what I think's the eye-catching stuff.
Yeah. Definitely going to be some exciting videos coming out with Viv Vision when more people start getting her.
For sure. And I want to address one thing real quick, because I know a lot of people are tuning in. I got this stream set up late. I was driving around and doing stuff in this crazy weather we're having in San Francisco. Wally, I see your comment, man. I see the emoji, so I know you're taking it with a grain of salt. There will be another stream tonight in about an hour. We have PWF and MP Blaze going against each other. Names and channels I'm sure you know. I will either at the end of this stream or before that stream, we'll set aside some time to kind of talk about it, because we got dumped some. I don't care who you are. I'm sure at least on some level, slightly disappointing news today from Kabam. All right. I don't know if we tuned in time to see the bans. Are you able to decipher if there's any ban changes here?
I did not see the bans for the first match.
Yeah.
But both sets of bans make a lot of sense given who it is. Then yeah.
And someone must have gone for those Kate Bishop deals or something, right? Because I've already seen the 3-star come into play, and Bryce smartly just bans her. He wants none of that.
Yeah, that's actually Bryce's Kate and Hot Fuzz Banter. He was talking about that earlier on Discord.
Yeah.
He was saying he just got one of those black ISO calves and got a 3-star Kate, so that was exciting.
Yeah, you're right. This is what I was talking about yesterday. We took a season off, and now I'm confusing the screens again.
Yep. Both of these drafts are looking very solid so far. Bryce going a bit more of an interesting draft as you expect from Bryce. This is his signature, and then Hot Fuzz going for a bunch of just really, really strong nukes, really strong stalls. Like in both of these drafts, I think Bryce is gonna have to get a good chord counter in one of these runs, and I think that Prof X could be that chord counter. Prof X sounds really good with that Fury, so could see some interesting stuff with that. And yeah, another good set of nukes for Hot Fuzz in the final round.
Yeah, it feels like this node set is really helping solve what's been kind of holding back Professor X from being powerful in Battlegrounds, and that's speed. You know, he can get up to that SP2, maybe that initial one. Is he finishing fights that quickly? You know, if he gets up 100 of those, I can't think what they're called, you can manually trigger it with a light and then just SP2. Is that kind of the strategy you've seen?
I haven't seen too many prof fights, but it's what I would assume.
Yeah.
In this meta, a lot of prowess champs scale really well, since with the prowess, it scales really well with the attack bonus. Whenever you get a Fury on a prowess champ, it just makes the numbers go crazy. So I would assume if you just get to that special 2 and you can start spamming stuff, I would assume that will just like end most fights.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, everyone who's joined, especially recently. As you know, we've set this up even just a little bit late, so word got out a little late. Nerd's been covering most of the analysis, probably a good thing. And but thank you, everyone who's joined here. I see Tilla Tam, Bitter Steel, Sonia, OG Highline, Dreamin' himself, O's fan. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here and participating in this.
So yeah, first up we got Spot versus Jessica, which can go really, really well. But it's Jessica. She's a really tough defender to deal with. She's got some of the trickiest animations and abilities in the game, and you know, Spot isn't a direct counter, but he can get very high scores regardless. And then we've got Prof X versus Cork. I haven't seen this matchup yet, so I don't know what kind of speeds this would be getting, but as we just talked about, I'm sure this one can go very quickly. So, you know, we'll see how this one goes. Not sure where I would lean so far. You know, Hot Fuzz has not had the easiest start with Jessica. She is a very hard defender, like I said, so, you know, totally understandable. Mistakes are almost always going to happen when it's this early with Jessica. And yeah, Bryce is getting those special 2s off. Now, unfortunately, Korg's Rockfield came back at the worst time, but now he's got 4 prowess, and he's trying to get back to a special 2, and see those numbers. Oh, wow, that was a big special 2.
Yeah, I think we're seeing that it definitely could have worked. He had a small mistake. Korg did clip him, and then he almost got pushed all the way to his special 3. I don't think any of that was intentional. And then those mistakes allowed the rock shield or what have you, whatever it's called, to come back, and that delayed the whole process. That was almost a perfect fight. Just that one little error made a cascading set of mistakes there, and that's going to cost him the fight, or that game.
Yeah, that's definitely something to watch out for with Prof. You know, same thing that's really been making him tough to, you know, assign in war. He really needs fights to go, you know, as he wants for him to do really good damage, and, you know, that's what you're going to see. Especially in a meta that's, you know, a lot harder than, you know, normal metas, at least in terms of gameplay, even if you have counters with Conflictor. A lot to pay attention to. Got Blade on defense here, which is really interesting. I assume this is Hot Fuzz just trying to throw this round since he knows he's probably not going to beat the Nick Fury that quickly, and putting his eggs in the basket of round 3. Tiger versus Blade, probably going to go quite quickly. The animations for Blade with Tiger aren't the easiest, but, you know, it's Tiger. She can pull out crazy scores, and Bryce is very, very good, and we've got a double Tiger here, so yeah.
We're going to see a lot of Tiger flying around the screen. We're already seeing it, punishing those heavies with her own.
Mm.
Oh, Bryce does get clipped by the second part of Blade's SP1. This is the kind of stuff that happens in Battlegrounds in general, and then also when you're streaming it in a tournament. Just, I know I had a couple of mistakes against you like that where I felt pretty strong, I felt good, and then just a little bit of nerves, a little bit of awareness that there's a lot going on comes in, and you have mistakes like that getting made.
Yeah, that's part of the risk with Tiger versus Blade as well, where you have to let go of your heavy kind of like the same time that Blade's second hit of the special one happens, or you're gonna whiff the heavy hits.
Okay.
As I was talking about, not the easiest animations to Tiger. It's still a pretty good score though. He got, 50k. That's not a bad score by any means, and it looks like he's gonna be taking it now with Hot Fuzz getting clipped there.
Yeah, without that mistake up top, I was beginning to wonder if Hot Fuzz was going to have enough life to kind of overcome the difference in time. But yeah, now that he's gotten clipped, that's clearly going to end it.
Yeah.
Something to point out too is I didn't include Tiger in my deck. I'm not a great Tiger player anyway, but my understanding is that because these are 3 stars, her SIG, the senses extension or lengthening or what time you want to use, is significantly shorter than it is on the 6 stars. Is that accurate?
Yep, that is, I believe, accurate. I haven't actually checked, but that's what I've been hearing as well.
Yeah, which would make Tiger just that much more difficult to play, I think. Or, a mistake will cost you a bit more.
Yeah, it's 9 seconds instead of 12 seconds with the 3-star. Which, is a pretty big difference, especially for matchups like, Blade and Nick Fury, where you're almost guaranteed to be losing some uptime on your senses.
Yeah.
It can definitely make a big difference. And yeah, Chavez going on defense here. Like that play. She's really, really difficult to deal with this meta. Conflictor and, the extra special damage as well is huge for her.
Yeah, and Guardian...
Wiccan on defense.
Guardian can only block unblockable attacks from mutants, right? If I remember. In fact, is that part of his ability kit specials?
Yep.
Okay. So that's not going to help him here. That's not going to help Bryce.
Yeah. I have seen Guardian versus Chavez go well before, but I think most of the time it usually goes poorly. But Bryce is very good, so I wouldn't be surprised if he, pulls it off here. But as you can see, he's having to play really risky with trying to avoid decks, avoid heavies, avoid Conflictor. There's a lot to manage here.
Yeah. He is going to get the taunt, but he's already sent her to SP2. Does a great job of parrying that, getting the nice power gain. That can speed up your fight just enough to make the difference in Battlegrounds. Will this SP2 end it with the node?
I think so. I don't know if Guardians shock skill with the stuff, but I would think it would end it.
Wow.
Oh, and yeah, there it is. That was an excellent fight by Bryce. That's not an easy fight at all.
Holy cow. 2-2-1s, both very, very closely contested.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of... I love Guardian. I've loved Guardian. Bryce did a lot of things in there that made a massive difference. And you kind of started pointing him out with how he was playing Chavez. And then, like I said, just even little things like parrying that special to get that additional power gain. And I'm going to assume that was intentional. It looked to me like he pushed Chavez over 2 bars of power before he threw his special too.
Yeah.
I see FinTech in the chat, Laser. I think I said hello to Dreamin', but if not, Dreamin's worthy of 2 hellos. What's up, buddy? Bitter Seal agreeing the pairing of the SP2 was skillful. Tillatam also pointing out that Chavez didn't have any of her energy resist stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of things in there. I think giving him enough to get that edge. That's the kind of thing that makes a big difference in these tournaments and Battlegrounds.
Looks like Hot Fuzz is gone for banning Guardian now after that fight.
He's done with it.
Yeah.
That's enough of that.
Like, nope, no more of that.
Which means we might get to see Kate Bishop. Or am I still on the wrong side of bans? I think I got it right.
Yeah, you're correct. Kate Bishop is no longer banned.
God Dargo is saying now is when we get to see the Hot Fuzz come back. Doug, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much for the kind words. JT, what's up? Cam. There's Cam. I don't want to spoil it because if folks haven't seen it, all these matchups I think have been phenomenal and very cool. I might be biased. But the Cam FinTech matchup, you got two titans of MCoC going head to head. That was a good one. I've actually watched it back myself. It's that good. Thanks for putting on a great show, you two. Oh, and while I was talking, we see Kate Bishop get drafted.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Bryce going full females and a robot. That's the kind of analysis I provide here.
um.
Okay, if Bryce goes with
Hott Fuzz
Penny,
picks up a blade there, which is great because Bryce has both Chavez and Magic, who are both dimensional beings right now. So that's good pickup there.
forget that about Chavez. That's a great point. And Gallon is as well, correct?
Ooh, all three of those are good for that final one. Yeah, Gallon is also a dimensional being.
Shermont, it was cool to see Ham doing good things for Cam. I will admit, those I did kind of cheer a little bit during that small portion. Who do you think he's going to use to go against this? Tigra versus Spider Supreme.
Yeah, Tigra, the neutralizes can shut down. I'm forgetting what they're called, but Spider-Man places buffs on you, and neutralizes can stop that.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's a good matchup on paper, but again, the animations are very difficult. But it is Bryce, so maybe he'll pull it off. And Jugs versus Penny can go very well as well, but that's definitely a bit of a Hail Mary, at least in my opinion. If you get it going really well, get the L2 lined up, you're gonna nuke Penny, but as you can see right here, he's getting power drained a lot. Penny's throwing the L1, but then Tiger versus Spidey, yeah.
It just started off going downhill. Bryce accidentally started off with a parry medium. Spidey, went invisible or whatever he calls it. And I think it just set off a cascading amount of downhills. And then the thing that Hot Fuzz doesn't know up there is all he has to do is just kind of stay alive for a few seconds and he'll get this win. So I think that's always relieving when you come out of the screen. Because I'm sure right now he's thinking, probably not going to be good enough. And then when you get a surprise win, I've noticed that kind of triggers some confidence and maybe a little bit of a momentum shift.
Yeah, for sure.
Fintech's pointing out that Neutralize should not be shutting down spider seals. So keep an eye, everyone who's kind of learning that, right? Nerd's correct at shutting it down now. A lot of things in the game do work that way, but I think Spider-Man Supreme, or whatever his name is, does have some sort of protection from that. So that's a good point from Finn.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's what can happen when, two Hail Mary runs. It's a bit of a gamble on both sides, but, as you can see, it paid off for Hot Fuzz right here. So that's, yeah.
This is big. Obviously, Hot Fuzz has to win this set to push us on to the fourth, but they've all been so close. I think just the smallest thing could really shift momentum. I may have already just seen that happen.
Jessica going on defense. I think we might actually see Kate versus oh, never mind.
That's what I thought we were going to see too.
Yeah. Kate on defense is really hard. She was beating me up in the Incursion Zone 25 run this month. She's a surprisingly really hard defender. And then we're seeing Nick Fury versus Jessica as well. So yeah. Both of these are just really hard defenders, but both of them are fights that can go very, very well. But it's just like, who's gonna manage the tough defender better here, I guess.
And both defenders that no one's really had a lot of chance to practice against.
Yeah.
I think Hot Fuzz is like, I don't need practice. I'm Hot Fuzz. I'm taking this 2-0. We got a ball game, folks.
Oh, yeah.
We got a ball game.
Great kitty fight.
That was really nice. He even started off with those intercepts, like he'd been fighting Kate Bishop his whole life. That was really impressive. Teletem's asking, does Tranquilize stop Jessica anyway? I honestly don't fully understand Jessica's kit. I know there's things with investigation. I feel like she puts stuff on you at some point. I don't honestly know.
Yeah, I was about to get to that one. So Tranquilize does not stop Jessica, but the thing with Kate is you can nuke Jessica very quickly before Jessica would become a problem. But it does help out with the weaknesses. It does help if there's like specific nodes that are putting you debuffs on you, because if there's something like long distance relationship, for example, it would feed Jessica's investigation charges. And Kate can be good for Jessica because of that, but she doesn't have anything in her kit that, you know, deals with the generic problems of Jessica, but she can still be good for Jessica.
You know who I didn't know they would be, and I was just trying to zerg her down, and it worked out, was Hitmonkey was good. At least 3 stars maxed out versus each other. If this was like a quest or something with a larger health pool where Hitmonkey couldn't kill her in the initial SB2, I don't know if the Jessica would then become a problem for Hitmonkey to deal with.
Yeah, she's definitely a lot harder with bigger health pools, but yeah, in Battlegrounds, a lot of just nuke options are pretty decent for her, but she is still very hard with her abilities and animations, so you have to, be very confident with her animations especially. They can catch you quickly. But yeah, Hitmonkey is quite good for it in Battlegrounds. I mean, Hitmonkey is the GOAT after all.
I did take a certain satisfaction of using Hitmonkey for that one versus you. It was enjoyable. Bittersteel saying Kate. What's that?
My own monkey beating me. It's karma for not ranking the 3-star Hitmonkey immediately. Oh. He had to get back at me.
I didn't know. I did not know that. Yeah, that's definitely karma. I think that it's your own monkey coming back to bite you. Bryce continuing to go with the female lineup here. It obviously means nothing, but I am finding it interesting.
Mm-hmm. Seeing the Titania again worked out really well for Hot Fuzz with getting out the Nick Fury last time, so let's see how that goes again. Yeah. Also seeing Jugs return and Guardian banned again. So Hot Fuzz picks up a Valk for that Jessica, which is, really clutch because, Valk is definitely one of the best Jessica counters. And a Tigra, and Tigra is Tigra. That was a very good 2 picks right there. And we are seeing Prof X get a return as well. Maybe we'll see a really good Prof X fight this time. Dr. Doom going on defense first for Hot Fuzz. That'll be interesting. I'm not sure who Bryce is going to use for that Doom. And yeah, that's going to be a rough one. And Nick Fury going on defense for Bryce. I assume we're probably going to see Jugs or Tigra. Yep, he's going Jugs. And for Doom, we are seeing Chavez for Doom, which is really interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen this matchup before, but it does make sense on paper. She does have some red numbers on her L2, and she does hit very, very hard, so...
Yeah. Like a lot of champions going up against Doom, crit resist is going to be a problem, but like you said, she should be able to kind of control the power, and once he gets up all of his dimensions, he should start hitting pretty hard.
Yeah. The energy resist will also be nice because pretty much all of Doom's damage, except for his heavy, is energy damage, so she's going to take a bit less damage as well.
Yeah. Like, I don't expect this to do a ton. Yeah,
that was actually really good.
It's funny how we just have different expectations, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought that was still.
Nick Fury fight was amazing.
Yeah, I was so busy watching Chavez because I enjoy Chavez. I thought that was Fury's first life still. what a
Yeah, I thought we had more time.
yeah. I thought we had plenty of time to go back and check that out from Hot Fuzz. That is oh, did he really just do that?
Yeah, wow. Definitely can sense that momentum shifting for Hot Fuzz after that Penny versus Drugs.
Yep.
He's gotten 2 fantastic fights in a row.
I've like I said, I'm a little rusty because we took that season off, but I've done this enough where like I kind of gotten to learn the little things that can change momentum. With as much RNG as there is in the game, it is crazy that there actually is momentum, little plays like that and things of that nature. Jug life. Absolutely.
Seen Titania on defense and Viv on defense, so this is interesting. Both of them, got a lot of potential to be very good. I assume Bryce is probably going to go for Kate here. Yeah, he's going for Kate, and that'll be interesting to see a Kate fight. And then, I'm actually not sure what I would use against Viv. Tigra, interesting. I think I probably would have saved Tigra for the Hulkling round 3 just in case, because he did win the first round, so you can afford to not do this. But, Tigra versus Viv, I have no clue how this will go. I don't think I've ever tried this matchup before, but it is Tigra. She can do Tigra things.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that he didn't go for it immediately had me thinking there was not like extreme confidence in it, and I think we're seeing that come into play right now.
Yeah. And Bryce gets his first special one, Cold Snap, off with Kate, and now that DOT is starting to tick really big.
I've called this out so many times. I love that they're passive. I feel like that's so rare in the skill class.
Yeah, it's really nice. Oh man, that is so quick.
Yeah. I'm just staring at Kate versus Titania right now.
Yeah. That just gradual takedown of that Cold Snap does so much damage over time. And yeah, Bryce is going to take this one.
Did he just use is it riposte versus the unblockable, unstoppable Titania?
I don't know.
Either way, that was really pretty.
And yeah, final round here. I think we're going to get to see a rematch of the Prof X versus Korg for Bryce. And it'll be interesting what goes on defense for Bryce. I assume Hulkling. And yeah, Hot Fuzz is probably going to go Valk for Hulkling. This will be interesting. Valk for Hulkling and Prof X for Korg. I think this Prof X for Korg can go really well. I think Bryce is going to figure out the mistakes from last time and adapt from that. And, Valk with Hulkling, I've seen this fight go down in like 40 seconds. So, it could go crazy. And he's definitely off to a pretty decent start with in the early intercepts. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Even that combo there in such a close match. Definitely not what you want for the confidence.
No. Yeah, this does not look like it's gonna go Bryce's way. He would need something pretty bad to happen up there. The thing is, and everyone, I know you all know this, but Hot Fuzz doesn't know that that's happening. So, I think he's doing a good job of just keeping calm, not letting that clock ticking down put too much pressure on him, make him force any mistakes. He's having confidence in his Korg. That's why you bring Korg.
And Bryce has gone for the special 3 this time, which, makes sense. Yeah. Since he had the bad fight, it's just, this isn't going well. I'm going to try and salvage this. But yeah, Hot Fuzz takes that back and takes it to a 5th round now.
Oh, man. This is what we want to see. I love this. 2-2 heading into the 5th. Go check out these channels. Bryce is one of the highest rated players in the VBC from his performances in the previous 2 tournaments. He got his own group. That's why he's the highest rated player. Hot Fuzz, never been in one of my tournaments. That's why he was rated where he is. We've already seen this happen with some of these new players coming in. Just because they haven't been in a tournament doesn't mean they aren't amazing. Let's see how this goes. Make sure you check out both their channels, both linked in the description of the stream and in the chat. Sonia, you did call it. You and there's someone else called this comeback. I think it was called Dargo. Someone else did. There was a couple of people in there. Manuel, what's up, dude? There was an exciting. They haven't gone smoothly, but you can tell Bryce knows what he's doing. Just a little gameplay error here and there. These things happen.
And yeah, final deciding round. It's definitely going to be nice going into this with momentum for Hot Fuzz, and I think Bryce just needs to, keep it calm, go back to, playing how he usually does,
Yeah.
It's hard to put those, bad rounds behind you when it's, in such a stressful environment, and, being able to do that is really important for, these tournaments.
Oh, agreed. I bet you he nails that Professor X versus Quark fight probably 9 out of 10 times, usually. But that first one goes a little sideways, and then there feels like there's that much pressure, much more pressure on the second one. And then that first mistake happens and just kind of goes downhill. We've seen this. But we've also seen, I don't want to jinx anybody. I'm just looking forward to this fifth set. Back to the Kate ban. That's correct. Thanks for pointing that out, Tillatiam. Again,
the OG Storm is really interesting to see. I haven't been seeing her too much this meta, but she has prowess, so she should scale really well.
That's actually, I was just about to say, that was funny timing on your part. I selfishly want to see her on offense because I have a feeling she's going to hit like a truck.
Yeah. And both sides get a spot who's just going to destroy those mystics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we've just got like all of the heavy hitters coming out for this final rounds. Grabbing Kitty and Viv. And yeah, it doesn't look like Bryce has the best answers to Viv, so Viv's going to be huge there. And then picks up Doom, who's fantastic, of course, for both defense and offense this meta. The Fury really helps him out as well. And Viv as well. Oh, and that Gallon for Viv is not what you want to see.
It looks like he's considering it, though. Oh, yeah, he did decide to go. But yeah, you can see him. I always like that with the dual screen. You can see if they're checking their opponent's roster, which was definitely happening there.
Yep.
All right, here we go. It all comes down to this. This is a heck of a comeback from Hot Fuzz. Bryce is one of the highest rated players in the whole tournament.
Nick going on defense. I have a feeling we might see that OG Storm coming out for that Nick.
Yep.
And going for the Viv Vision. Yeah. This is a tough position to be in. Chavez can go really well versus Viv Vision because she has like 16 buffs. But last time I did it, I ate 2 specials. But it was going very quick. Yeah, Chavez. Yeah, you're right, Nah. Chavez can go through it very quick.
What's the thing with Viv? Is she the one who power drains you on your first medium or something like that?
Yeah, she power drains you a lot. And it basically means Chavez can't get to a special 2. But she can spam a lot of special 1s, and she's going to be hitting really hard without her special 2.
Whoa.
As you can see here.
Yeah.
And yeah.
She's tearing through Viv.
Yep. Those 16 armor buffs helping out a lot.
And he's just got to get out of the way of this special 2. And then it's going to go, once it starts going up top, it's going to go fast. Oh, but he had to, yeah.
Unfortunate there.
Yeah.
One more crit.
Yep. He smartly pulled back, but he knows that means he's just going to have to sit there and wait.
That Chavez fight is over.
I do like seeing that because I mean, obviously that's just RNG and that's how it goes for Hot Fuzz out there. Like these things happen or they don't. But I'm happy to see Bryce have a great fight. So that way, when it's over, it feels like Bryce won that game. You know what I'm saying? With that really nice fight of Chavez versus Viv. Morning, Skarko. How you doing, bud?
And yeah, this is a really nice position to be in now because he's going to have both Doom and Rintra, and Hot Fuzz is going to have Spot, so he can take one of them, but he can't take both of them with Spot. And since Bryce has already won run round, that's going to be a really nice position to be in with that Mojo and with that Doom and Rintra, I mean. And we're seeing Kitty go on defense. That is interesting.
Won't Viv... Doesn't Viv destroy Kitty?
I don't know.
Yeah, if you could... she's so new, guys, so I apologize if I'm wrong. But he removes the prowess and does a little extra damage.
She's not on that, man, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's not updated. I'm almost positive. She's so new, like I said, but I think her heavy removes prowess and does like extra damage if there's multiples or something like that. And then, the health pool's small. She should just be able to work to SP2 and finish it. It doesn't matter. We're not going to get to see it. So, but keep that in mind for other things.
So Spot versus Kitty here. I actually think Bryce has a chance to take this with Spot, even though, it is Gallon versus Viv. Spot is ridiculously quick as well. You just have to get that L2 and then you can get rolling here. So this will be interesting to see what way this goes, and yeah.
And I don't know if it's just been hits into the block or if there was a mistake up top. I didn't see it, but it looks like Gallon's going to end the fight anyway.
Yeah, he ended up eating a combo, but he did lose enough health that maybe if this special 2 kills, Bryce can take this right here.
Oh, it'll kill. That's Spot. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, he takes it there with a really nice spot fight. And yeah.
Under 300 points, if I've got it correctly. That's
a really close one. It's always tough when just a little mistake gets you.
Well, I know that no one's at the point right now where they want to talk about silver linings, but I think for an initial showing in a Vega Battlegrounds Championship here against one of the highest rated players in the whole thing, coming back from 0-2, sending it into the 5th set like that, I think that's a pretty good silver lining. I think it's a sign for Group H. DLL and Amanda need to watch out. I think we're going to have some pretty phenomenal matchups there from the rest of that group. I'm expecting some pretty awesome things. And then Bryce showing that he's been battle tested before, going up 2-0, clearly losing momentum. I think pretty clear. And then coming back to win that 5th set is pretty impressive.
Yeah. That Group H is scary.
Yeah, Group H is scary. DLL, that matchup happened yesterday. Remember, all of these matchups are either streamed live on the channels of the Summoner, or they are screen shared like Nerd did today in my Discord. People with special roles have been able to earn the right to see those, and I think pull them up side by side. And all of these are on their channel, so go subscribe to these people. It's part of what we're doing here. You can get better at this game while learning from them, and if you can't access them that way, go to the playlist on my own channel, and all of these streams are in there as well. Nord, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you kind of joined us on the last second moment there. Yeah, thanks so much for being here, buddy. Cam.
Always fun to hop on these streams.
Yeah, do you need to head out, bud?
No, I'm good.
Okay, hold on, because I want to answer this from Cam. Cam, you know what? I saw your tweet, my friend, and I felt like from your tweet you thought it was a single elimination. And absolutely not, my friend. You are, what group are you in? You're in Fintech's group. So you're in Group A. So you still have a matchup versus MP Blaze and a matchup versus PWF. All of those matchups, obviously you get a point or something like that from winning. And the top 2 placers in each group advance into the bracket. This is a long, grueling tournament. So that's why there's a lot of reasons why I talk about what these competitors are putting on, the fact that they're playing publicly, that they're doing it on their channel, they're doing streaming, they're going against each other, everyone here is a great player. And then they know there's some guy like me out there commentating and criticizing or being critical of their matchup on top of all that. And then they also have to do a tremendous amount of group play. If they win their group or they come in second, then they get to go into the bracket. So there's a lot to it. And I am really looking forward to seeing you going up against Blaze and PWF too. There's PWF with the big white eyes there. So, wow. And yeah, with the spot, thanks for calling that out, Tilton. You know, I know a lot of, if you haven't seen my matchup with Nerd, I had that matchup today. And I think playing Spot in this meta made me a little overconfident in the SP2s of some other champions. I'll just leave it at that. But Spot's amazing. I do believe none other than Bryce MU8S himself has joined us on call. How are you feeling, my friend?
Hey, I am all good. Real quick, do you want me to try to get Fuzz in here as well?
Do you have the ability? Yeah, if you have the ability to do it. I don't know if he's joined the server. Okay. But I believe you have the ability to invite him, correct?
Yes, I do. I've not done this on a computer. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I feel good, man. He had me on my toes. He backed me into a corner there in rounds 3 and 4, and you know, I felt a little bit shaken at some times there. I hadn't done any Battlegrounds matches in a couple of months, to be honest. And Nerd helped me out, really helping me practice a little bit.
Awesome.
But, it was good. It felt good there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you basically just said what it kind of seemed like happened. You know, sets 1 and 2 were obviously incredibly close, but you won. You know, you won them both, and you won them both with good play. And then Hott Fuzz just came back, roaring back. In fact, I can't recall which fight, but there was a fight where we commented out that we're like, you know what, that one might be a momentum shifter. And it looked like that happened. But then you just seemed supremely confident, even there with that spot fight at the end. Is that one you've done quite a few times?
No. No, it's not. I felt confident using Spot. I've used him quite a bit lately since I got him as a 6-star, and I've been messing around with him. I did not expect that kitty fight to win. Like, under any circumstances, I fully expected that to be a loss. And God, that special 2 with the Fury is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
If you two don't mind just kind of talking about the match for a minute, I'm going to send an invite to Hott Fuzz, see if we can get them in the chat here for a second.
Yeah, so I just sent him an invite to the server, and then we'll just have to give him permissions for the stream room, I believe.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah, the match. I need to look back at it. That Chavez versus Viv fight was insane. I did not expect it to go that well. I forgot that Chavez got extra stuff from buffs being on the opponent, and just sort of went in because I was like, you know, she'll get extra power gain from you know, cycling her special ones, and then it ended up being nuts.
Yeah,
So really
that showed a lot of power of Chavez too, because Nerd pointed out that she might not even be able to get to her special 2 because of the power drain, but that you might be fine. And then you started just after, I think it was a single combo, it taken off like 20 some odd % of Viv's life. I don't remember exact numbers because I was just so surprised to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool as a big Chavez fan myself. I can tell. I think all 3 of us are trying to get the correct roles for Hott Fuzz here.
Yep.
You got it, bud?
Yeah, I'm good. I think
for some reason he's not showing up for me
now
on the server.
Okay, I found it. I found its account. I'll add the role now. Alright, Hott Fuzz, you should be good now. Oh yeah, we've got to go join the
Okay.
BBC one since yeah.
Great, thanks.
Alright. Dragged everyone to this room now. We should be good.
Thank you, Nerd. I appreciate it.
can y'all hear me as well?
Yep.
Yep, I can hear you.
Suppose.
Sure, it told us that I didn't have permissions to chat in here for a second.
Oh yeah, that was you joined the VBC stream one, so I just moved you to this one.
Oh, okay, I see.
Buzz, thank you so much for being here. We had a minute to kind of check in with Bryce there. How you feeling, my friend? How you doing?
Honestly, it was just great to get a chance to compete. I'm a little gutted because I know I had a chance going into that round 3.
Yeah.
I set myself up for a match win after a rough start. But hey, when you're going against somebody as good as Bryce, you can't give him an inch.
No.
And hey, I'm just happy that one, I was invited here. I think I can show my skills, and then 2, the fact is that hey, you never know. There's still 3 more weeks or 2 more weeks.
You got that right. I love that attitude. And it definitely felt like, I was kind of compare these to boxing matches. It felt like round 1 and 2, let's go with round, we're back and forth, and Bryce just happened to kind of come out on top of them. Some nice skilled play by him. Of course, it was deserved, but that's just the way that one went. And then it felt like there was a bit of a momentum shift in round 3 where it felt like you really got a hold of it. Did that feel to you like that's what had happened?
Yeah, I felt like I was playing decently well, just making silly mistakes throughout the first 2 matches. And I definitely cleaned it up match 3 and 4. Every round is going to be close. Yeah, Korg gave him a little bit of trouble today, but other than Korg's, there was not one person that he had an issue with throughout the entire set.
Mm-hmm.
So you just, when you're playing these caliber of players, you got to bring your A game in. You can't let yourself get down. You got to keep a good positive attitude going throughout the match, because you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely agreed. And actually, you brought up something that we did want to ask. So, Bryce, when we were chatting, we felt like that Professor X versus Korg fight was one you probably 99% of the time nail. Is that accurate? Or if you don't mind kind of talking us through it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Both times that I attempted that fight were just so much worse than how I usually am against it. I've done that fight so many times, not just in Battlegrounds, but like in general. Like hell, I've even done it in War before, many seasons ago, but it's happened. And then first run, I just messed up my rotation and did it during the, while he had Rockfield up, so all the damage was capped. And then the second one, I don't know what happened in the second one. It was one thing after another. Missed my interval because the phase, and then ate the special 2, and then ate a heavy, and I was just like, well, dang.
Yeah. This is what happens. Yeah. Battlegrounds just seems to intensify all that stuff. One mistake quickly turns into 5. Well, guys, I really appreciate you both putting on a great show. Everyone and I can see how many people are still watching. We said it earlier. Go subscribe to both these channels. Hot Fuzz, how new is your channel, if you don't mind?
This is my first stream.
Heck of a first stream, my friend. Let's get those subscribers.
I plan on doing it a lot more. I apprciate the invite.
Love it. In fact, here, if you don't mind, take a minute here. Tell us what kind of videos you planning to make right now, if there are videos and streams and that sort of thing.
So I just recently, Bitter was an old alliance mate of mine, and I just saw how much fun he was having doing it, and I helped him in his first stream and saw how much he enjoyed it, and was like, you know what, let me give this a try. I've never made YouTube videos, but I plan on making some content soon. I grind a Glad circuit pretty much every season, so going to do showcases of champions, and hopefully some more videos. I just joined my first Masters Alliance this season, so we're going to hopefully see how that goes.
Right on. That sounds awesome. And you're going to do a bit of streaming there, it sounds like, too?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely going to do some streaming. Probably going to do an incursion stream later this week for Zone 25 push.
Fantastic.
Nice.
And then we'll be streaming all these matches, obviously. Looking forward to the next couple.
Beautiful. Well, there you go. Everyone who's watching, make sure you check out the links that are in the description and in the chat to both of these channels. We talked about it enough, how much I appreciate the show these summoners are putting on for us. We're going to be right back. When I say we, I mean myself and some of these co-hosts. Right back in probably about 10, 15 minutes for PWF versus MP Blaze. I know those are 2 of your favorites. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. The chat, the co-hosts, and obviously the competitors. You are why this is so much fun. So let's go ahead and have you all take us out. Let's go first Nerd, then Hot Fuzz, and then today's winner, Bryce MU8S. Congratulations on your win. You three, please take us out as we sign off.
Thanks for watching today, guys. This was a fantastic no-biter round. Always love seeing it go to round 5. And yeah, thank you for having me, Vega. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so appreciate once again the invite. Appreciate all the support and all the chats and everybody coming out. This is a great community we have here. Look forward to seeing you all again soon, and good luck to the rest of the competitors this evening. Great job, Bryce.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for watching. You know my usual bits at this point. You guys are awesome. So I hope today's been a great day, and if not, then I hope it gets better. And we'll see you next time. I'll be back tomorrow against Amanda at 6 p.m. Eastern. And please cheer on the rest of the competitors here. And big props to Vega as well for putting all this together. So thank you.
You got it. We'll see you all right back here in about 10 minutes. And then it sounds like tomorrow, at least for Bryce versus Amanda. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.